For this shakeout trip, it's been great. We found a couple of little things, maybe one big thing. Unfortunately, it looks like one of the bathroom walls might be separating, so we gotta dig into that. So in here, we now have separation happening. You can see the screw that's back in there. Maybe you can barely see that, but that's coming off. And then there's two rivets here that are both missing. Not great, because that means we can't use the shower at all until that is taken care of, because we don't want water getting back there into the walls, into the things, and causing problems. So yeah, not a good one. And it feels like that's going to be like a taking apart of this whole thing. Like this whole thing feels like it's going to have to come off to get that fixed. So calling Airstream on Monday. That's a point of these shakedown trips, is just to get out there, make sure everything's working, find out what's not, see what adjustments need to be made. Well, it's time to take the Airstream to the dealer, the service center, because we want to get this bathroom issue checked out before it becomes a bigger problem. It may already be a bigger problem. So from our understanding, today is just like an assessment, and then we will figure out what the timeline is and the scope of the work and all of that. So we're going to take it to Airstream of Chicago / now they are called Campers Inn of Naperville. Because they're close and convenient. And where we actually got Carmen. Airstream of Chicago, here we are. The Rockwood mini lights.
Guess they got a lot of mini lights. If you want one. Naperville.
Sport Tracks, Stratus, swish swish.
Swish swish. That one's a little more of a straight line.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We made it. Now we have to wait 20 minutes before they open.
Let's show you here.
Alright. So these are the two rivets that are missing, and then you can see there's gap now on that side.
Well, we have dropped Carmen off, and I don't love it. I don't love leaving the Airstream. I get nervous about other people using it, moving it, anything. But at the same time, too, I'm really nervous about what it's going to impact for the summer. We kind of have a shorter season to begin with, and limited weekends for other reasons. And so if this eats into that, then it's just going to be a little disappointing, I think, throughout the summer. So we just have to wait and see. We got excellent news. It's less than $300. The water pump was fine. It was making a weird noise. I think it was just air. They ran it through 5 times, so very thorough there. All good. And then the wall separation, they just said that 3 big screws were loose, so they just re-tightened it, added it some more, and it looks good, and then put in 5 different rivets where we found it. So such good news. Literally 2 days in the shop. No trips were affected, Chip, okay? Nothing. So we're hoping for a good season.
No? Code power. There you go, I'm picking everything up. Doing a little inspection, everything's looking good. There's no gap in the wall anymore. And all the rivets, you can see where all of the little blue tape is. That's where the rivets were missing, and now they're not. So literally 48 hours and this whole thing is fixed. And I now understand kind of how they got to them, which is on the outside. So I don't know if that's something I can do in the future if this becomes an issue again. But at least I know how it's done, so I can give it a try. So to correct what I said before about it being the outside window, I was looking at the paperwork a little bit more in detail, and it's actually this windowsill here that they take out, and then they can access those screws back there and tighten that all up. And so what they did is they ended up taking all of this off, putting in 3 new screws, replacing what was there, tightening it all down. And that is something that I feel like I could do in the future. Come in here, take this bit off, tighten some screws down. So hopefully it doesn't become an issue. They put some bigger, stronger screws in there, and hopefully that does it. But I also just wanted to talk a quick minute about RV maintenance and issues. I think sometimes people think that, oh, because these are a little bit more expensive, that everything's just going to work 100% of the time. There's still an RV. There's still a house that you're driving down the highway, and they bounce around and things happen. And so that is part of our expectation that we have when we are RV owners, that things are going to go wrong, that we're going to need to get them fixed. And sometimes it's in our control, and sometimes it's things that we can fix ourselves, and sometimes it's things we have to take to a service center.
Amanda noticed the window on the door is coming loose at the top there.
Drip, drip. Not great. We noticed there was like a little trail. I don't think you can, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Aaron, you want to point to it?
Kind of all the way down.
Well, that's no good. All of the times that I've tried to put Sikaflex up on the roof, we're still getting water inside. So the water has been coming in from up in here, and then it's so wet that we've had to put this towel here, and water is getting down in here, which is probably not great because there's some electrical things back there, and that's just part of it. And so I know that most of you who have RVs who do this probably understand that, but for anybody who's thinking about it, just keep that in mind. Keep that kind of in your planning of making sure that you check everything over, that you plan into your schedule for the year, that things may need to change. So that's going to do it. That's the quick repair. Hopefully this was helpful, and for us it was much easier than we thought it was going to be. So we're excited about that. But make sure and hit subscribe to find out where in the world Carmen goes next.